Hey, thanks for dialing up another episode of Dolphins Today. Want to thank everybody that has subscribed to the channel and give you a little update of where we're at. We're always asking for subscribers because we're competitive here at Dolphins Today. We want to be the largest Chat Sports NFL channel, and here's where we're fitting right now. We're chasing Eagles now. We're chasing Bears now. There's a couple above us as well. We want to stay ahead of the Chiefs report, stay ahead of Seahawks today, and I need your help. So if you love the Miami Dolphins, you love daily Dolphins content, you love live shows and covering the aqua and orange from every angle, you'll subscribe. Doesn't cost you anything, and it helps us out a bunch as we continue to be the largest and fastest growing Dolphins community on YouTube. So thanks so much if you've already subscribed. Shout out to our recent subscribers. And hey, this is what you're missing. Daily Dolphins content. Smash that subscribe button as we continue to climb up the ranks of Chat Sports NFL channels. And hey, let's get it going on this edition of Dolphins Today. Ah, yes, the fun and roller coaster ride of a conversation relating to free agency and in 2024 for the Miami Dolphins. Very, very important season of free agency. We've been taking a couple of the noteworthy free agents and really taking a deep dive into their situation. So today it's all about Andrew Van Ginkel. He's one of several noteworthy free agents in 2024 for the Miami Dolphins. At the top of my list for me, Andrew Van Ginkel, Jerome Baker, obviously, Christian Wilkins we've talked about, Connor Williams we've talked about, Cedric Wilson, a wide receiver, Braxton Berrios, also a wide receiver, and then on the offensive line, you got Rob Hunt, Isaiah Wynn, defensive backs Deshaun Elliott, Nick Needham. Now, there are more free agents then that's what's on this list, but you get the idea. There's a ton of 2024 noteworthy free agents for the Aqua and Orange, and today we're talking about Andrew Van Ginkel because I think it's pretty simple. AVG needs to stay a Miami Dolphins. He needs to continue to wear the Aqua and Orange because the level of production that he put together in a contract year, now go beyond the stat list. If you watch Hard Knocks, you know he was a vocal leader. He was an integral part of what this defense does. And look at the stats. 69 tackles, 8 tackles for loss, and that one interception, oh yeah, that was a pick six in that game against Washington on the road. He was durable. He played in 17 games, did miss the final game in Week 18 with that injury, he got injured in that game that kept him out of the playoff game, I should say. But overall, Andrew Van Ginkel's performance and his productivity speaks for itself. You saw the stats, but let's take an even deeper dive with our Pro Football Focus rankings. He was rated the 8th best edge rusher in all the NFL. And edge rusher, let me tell you, if you're new to the NFL, which I know most of you aren't, you know there's superstars at the edge rushing position because in a lot of ways, that's how you win on defense. You get pressure on the quarterback and you sack the quarterback. Andrew Van Ginkel was one of the best at that. In fact, a top 10 edge rusher. Who else is he in the same company as? Take a look at this list. Pretty incredible. Myles Garrett, Nick Bosa, Micah Parsons, Max Crosby, TJ Watt, Khalil Mack, Aiden Hutchinson of the Lions, and then right there is Andrew Van Ginkel at 8 overall, according to Pro Football Focus, ahead of the likes of DeMarcus Lawrence and Alex Highsmith, and in the same company as Aiden Hutchinson, Khalil Mack, and TJ Watt. They were very, very close in Pro Football Focus rankings. So obviously very important to re-sign Andrew Van Ginkel when you think of what he means to this Dolphins defense. What's his agent have to say? That's really important in this conversation as well. Drew Rosenhaus, a very well-known agent in the National Football League circles, had this to say. The latest with Andrews, we feel good about the season that he had. He's going to be ready to go for the offseason. We're excited about the possibility of him coming back to the Dolphins, although he's a free agent, so anything's possible, but he'd like to come back and was a great fit in then defensive coordinator's Vic Fangio's scheme. Obviously, these comments were earlier this week. Vic Fangio no longer the defensive coordinator, but I still think it's worth noting, and Rosenhaus went on to say, we'll just have to see as we get closer to March 13th, which is the first day of free agency. So, I've made it very clear. I want the Dolphins to figure out a way to sign AVG, but do you? Let me know down in the comments. It's real simple. Type Y for yes or N for no. And no matter who that new defensive coordinator is for the Dolphins, I think AVG will fit that scheme. He's a versatile player. He can play as an outside linebacker. He can rush the quarterback as an edge rusher. He can sack the quarterback. We saw the athleticism on display with the pick six. He checks every box for me, but let me know what you think down in the comments. Now, part of the free agents conversations, of course, is what that contract will look like. And when you look at the Dolphins, there is only one team in a worse cap situation than the Miami Dolphins. They're projected to be somewhere around $50 million above the cap. So there's going to be some cap casualties. I hope and pray AVG is not one of them, because we know elite edge rushers in the National Football League get paid. It's one of the most prominent and important positions on the defensive side of the ball. We showed you that list of Pro Football Focus's top edge rushers. Well, let's see how it works as far as the contract, because if you follow the NFL, you know Nick Bosa, highest paid defensive player in the history of the league. 5-year, $170 million. Now, I'm not suggesting that's what Andrew Van Ginkel will earn, but again, when he's on the same list as these guys, according to Pro Football Focus rankings, it starts to put the picture together of what Andrew Van Ginkel might cost. TJ Watt, 4 years, $112 million. Khalil Mack, this was back when he played for the Bears, 6-year, $141 million. What will Van Ginkel get? Not exactly sure. I certainly don't think he's in the same class as Nick Bosa or TJ Watt. I think he's a tier below. And as Drew Rosenhaus, the agent for Andrew Van Ginkel, kind of alluded to, anything can happen in free agency. And I'm not suggesting the Dolphins offer him this groundbreaking contract that's going to break the bank for other players, because obviously they got to pay Tua. You'd hope they'd be able to pay Christian Wilkins, the defensive line, after he had a career year. You'd hope they'd figure out a way to be able to play some of the offensive linemen that the Dolphins need to resign. So I get it. There is a very difficult conversation to be had about how you do, in fact, retain Andrew Van Ginkel, but you got to find a way to get it done, because he has earned that big deal with his level of play on the football field. I want to give you one more reminder to subscribe to our channel, because I've got high hopes for Dolphins faithful. You guys are the best fans in the whole entire world, and the rest of the YouTube community here at Chat Sports deserves to know that. So let's get that sub count out. Can we catch the Eagles Now channel and stay ahead of the Chiefs Report and Seahawks Today? I believe we can. And if you like the information we're bringing you, subscribe, because it doesn't cost you anything. And by the way, it lets us know who the real ones are, because if you are a real Miami Dolphins fan, you will subscribe to the channel, because like I said, we're bringing you daily Dolphins content. We're taking a deep dive into the contract situations. Oh yeah, we're covering the coaching rumors and coaching changes, as well as everything else in between the aqua and orange. If it's Miami Dolphins, we've got you covered here on Dolphins Today. So let me know if you're a real one. Subscribe to the channel. And if you've already subscribed, hey, tell a friend. I know you got my Dolphins fans that are friends. Let them know about Dolphins Today by Chat Sports on YouTube. Want to thank my producer today, Cullen Brown, for making today's show possible, working hard on each and every component of Dolphins Today, and we certainly appreciate that, so we can bring you the best. And as always, have a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, night, whatever you're watching this, and we'll see you next time on Dolphins Today.